Simone.
Hi, Kim.
How are you?
Good, and you?
It's just the two of us again. Yeah. So we're missing Betsy.
We are.
Yes. Wait till
It's
you
a
hear
carnival.
about. Yes. What did you say? Like we're like two toddlers
Yes.
in charge of things?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did we say that on the last episode, or was that
We
just
did.
when the two of us were talking?
I'm not sure, but it still holds true regardless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we get injuries and things like that because we're not used to doing this stuff on our own.
We need supervision, Betsy.
Yeah. Production is a mess. Wait. Betsy's the organizer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the Fleece and Harmony Woolcast. It's episode 178. And if you're watching it on the day that it's being released, it's July 25th, 2025. And where has the summer gone?
Just thinking that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. We've had great weather. We did get a lot of rain yesterday, but we really needed it. So it's all good. So if people are here on vacation, they've had a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Unless you were in a tent last night.
Yes.
Then that might have been a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're recording this episode in my kitchen, at the kitchen news desk, as we like to call it, because we're in the middle of tourist season and you can't thankfully you can't get 5 minutes alone in the shop to do the podcast. So we come in here and Ken's handling the store while we're in here. So I don't know what we always seem to have a lot to talk about, but I was going to say there's not a lot to talk about, but we always manage to talk for an hour and a half almost. Anyway, but the big news on the farm. So sorry, I should say that we're recording this in my kitchen that is on the sheep farm next to the ARNE store that's in the woolen mill on the sheep farm in Belfast, Prince Edward Island.
Betsy will be happy.
Yes, Canada.
Yes.
And we have chapters, so if we're talking about something and you guys think you two are crazy, then you can skip to the next chapter if you want. And we're going to follow the same agenda that we always do. We have a farm update, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a friend of ours who is selling their mini mill, so we'll talk about that. We have quite an important shop update, so if people you need to get ready for that when that comes up. And we'll do the rest of their stuff, our projects and things. And Simone's been busy, and I have actually done nothing until this morning. And it's a real cheater thing that I'm going to show, but I can't in good conscience sit here without showing something. So anyway, and I just noticed that
somebody snuck out.
The cat's out, so we'll just ignore her until she starts to go after the kids' silk cave.
Yes.
And
then she might have to go back to her room.
Yes, exactly. Back into the naughty corner. Okay, so on the farm, the big news is that we have skunks everywhere. So how many babies do you think a skunk can have, Simone?
I know,
but before I told you, how many did you think?
I didn't think it was as many as it is.
Yes, so I always thought, because we've seen 3, we might have seen 4, but I thought that's kind of what the limit was. No. Guess what the limit is? 10. 10 babies.
10 babies.
So we don't have 10, but we have 7. So there's a mama skunk out here that has 7 babies. It's unbelievable. It's a crowd, a gaggle of skunks going across, and my sister and her husband are here, and he saw them first. So he said, "There's 50 of them." I said, "Well, 50?" I said, "There can't be 50. And he says, "Well, there's a lot. There's a lot." I said, "What are you talking about? They have 3 or 4. He said, "Well, this definitely was not 3 or 4 babies." He said there was a lot. So he said, just for a second, I just thought, did I turn on the sound on the phone? But yes, I did.
We're all good.
We're all good. Anyway, he says there's 50. And I said, well, I think they have 3 or 4 babies. So I looked it up, but they can have 10. And we got a good look at this little family, and there's actually 7 babies. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
7 little stinklets.
Yes, exactly. And now they're at the age, we hadn't seen them around, but they're at the age where they're starting to go out around a bit. And they were sleeping, or they had a den in the back of the little kind of mini barn shed. It's not really, it's kind of big, but it's a space where we have the rabbit hutch, and they were in the back of that. And the rabbits are not in any danger because they're basically enclosed in a, you know, predator-proof enclosure. Yeah. And but they come out the back of that, and we hadn't really seen them until just this week. And then they've been out, but now they're big enough that they're kind of the babies are exploring. Yes. And once we saw them, though, they moved. Yeah. So they moved into now they have, they're living in the hedgerow. Yeah. And there's been a few close encounters. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to stop because we're going to get rid of the cat. So just a second. Okay. So we're back. Yes. So
we've also had our own issues with skunks.
You did?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So I think it was last Sunday. Mm-hmm. Not the Sunday just passed, the Sunday before that. I heard a lot of swearing in Spanish outside, and our neighbors are from Mexico. So anyway, I thought, ooh, what's going on out there? And then all of a sudden, poof, horrible smell. And my great big marmalade tiger sitting at the door. Yes. And 22 pounds of him. Oh no, he got sprayed again. And he did. He's a 6-time loser.
Oh, yeah. 6 times?
6 times. He's 9 years old and he's gotten sprayed 6 times. Wow. So
it's really...
He doesn't learn his lesson.
No.
He's very sweet and very affectionate, but not very smart.
No.
So he had to have a bath.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. So we both looked because now Em just opened the door herself. Yeah. So she's not going to stay in the room. There may be some interruption. Yes. Anyway, so it's amazing that they keep going back for more. Because you smell skunk scent in the wind if somebody's gotten sprayed or they've discharged somewhere in the near vicinity. But when you're actually up close to it, it's a whole other level.
It is.
Yes, it doesn't even smell the same. It's like the strongest eye-watering garlic smell that you can ever imagine. Yeah. So if you have that actually all over yourself, yeah. I wouldn't go back for more. No.
So the fortunate thing for us is we watched a Mythbusters episode a couple weeks earlier, and they were talking about, home remedies for dealing with skunk. Yes. And the one that they found worked the best was peroxide, baking soda, and dish detergent. Yes. And it really does work.
Yes, it's the only thing that really works. Yeah. Yeah, because forget tomato juice, even the skunk off, none of that, but if you use hydrogen peroxide, dish detergent, and baking soda, I think it's a chemical.
Yeah, I think it helps lift because it's like a sticky, greasy spray, so it helps lift the grease. Yeah. So Willow and I got to wrangle Simkin, and for a 23-pound cat, man, he can move.
That doesn't want to be in a bath.
Exactly.
Right. I will tell you that little formula, actually, I don't know if any of you have, it drives me crazy, any of you have t-shirts that get yellow, like sometimes if you're wearing them for exercise and you've perspired on them and they start to turn yellow, if you treat that with that same concoction, it takes out the yellow stains just like that. Yeah.
That's good.
So you kind of make a very loose paste, and then you rub it on the spot that's affected, and you let it sit for a little while, and then you soak it in hot water, and it takes So there you go.
Learn something new every day.
Martha Stewart. I googled that too. So it's amazing how. We spend a lot of money on different cleaners and stuff like that, and some of the old tricks really work. Like it sounds like we're the Farmer's Almanac, not just because I also use vinegar for cleaning a lot.
Yes, yes,
cleaning vinegar.
Cleaning vinegar.
Yeah, do you use it too?
Yes,
it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So if you go to your grocery store, you can find cleaning vinegar, which is usually on the bottom shelf, not to be mixed up with
pickling
vinegar, but it is a higher percentage of acetic acid, and it's amazing for cleaning windows and stuff. You have to rinse it. So I said, well, this is streaky, but you just have to rinse it, and then it's really amazing. So, all right. And then what else happened? Oh, we had a survey about strawberry shortcake.
Yes.
On a tea biscuit or on cake or those little cups, vanilla cups. And the winner is...
So far, it's tea biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised, actually.
And it seems like more people do sliced than the strawberry syrup.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's interesting. And we had some comments as well about strawberry shortcake and strawberry shortbread.
Yes.
So I guess in places in the southern states, if you use a biscuit, it's strawberry shortbread, which totally makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because the biscuit is ready.
Yeah.
And some people use tea biscuits, their own tea biscuit recipe, but they add a little bit of sugar to it to make it sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So I'm really surprised. Yeah, because I always thought, like, the original, I always thought was on those little vanilla cups. I forget what they're called. There's some kind of name for them, but they call them, generically, they call them vanilla cups or something here. And angel food cake, I thought was something that was good because that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
And so tea biscuits are the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing better than a homemade tea biscuit with butter and molasses on it.
Yes. Or homemade jam.
Yeah.
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 Because we're kind of in homemade jam season.
Yes, that's right. Apparently there's a saying here on the island. I don't know. I told you that before, I think, right?
I love it.
Yes. So a lot of families, the sons and, well, mostly the sons would go and work mostly in the northeastern United States or out west.
Yeah.
And then they had families and everything. So they all come home to the farms. Or they used to, not so much anymore, I suppose, but they'd all come home to the farms in the summer. And there was a saying that they dig out all their old shirts and bring them to the farm and then leave with all our strawberries. Or something like that.
They come with their clean shirts and leave with their good jam.
Yeah, or something
like that.
Yeah. So they bring their farm clothes and then they leave with all the jam. So, all right. And finally, what happened this week is, I don't know, we mentioned a couple weeks ago that we had a visit from Natalie from Nitty Natty, another YouTuber. And she released her episode on Prince Edward Island about a week and a half ago. Yeah. I have to say, I was even impressed.
It was great.
It was really good. Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, you can look up Nitty Natty on YouTube. Love and Stitches is actually, I guess her Instagram name is Nitty Natty, but her YouTube is
Love and Stitches.
Love and Stitches.
Yeah.
And she is doing a blanket of skeins of yarn that she's purchasing in every province. They're going across Canada. And for us, it was about a month ago that she was, or a little bit more than a month ago that she was here. And I called up the Belfast Mini Mills company, and they actually got to have a little insight with the manufacturers of the mini mills as well. And in other news about mini mills, one of our good friends, the Opulent Alpaca is the name of the mill in Inverness, Nova Scotia. Him and his wife are retiring.
Yes.
So they have a farm with alpacas. They've got quite a few alpacas. And they have a Belfast mini mill where they spin the fiber from their alpacas, and they also make felted insoles and stuff from alpaca. And they want to retire, so they are selling their mill. So if you are interested, they rent a space in the little town of Inverness. So they're right on the main drag with their mill. They do a little bit of custom spinning, but not so much anymore. And now they're trying to, ease out of they want to sell their mill. So they're still working until they sell it. But they're selling their alpacas as well.
Yeah.
So the farm that they live on is not where the mill is, but that's a family property. So they're not selling their farm, but the animals will be have to find a new home. And the mini mill is for sale. Yeah. So they have a pretty well complete mini mill because they make yarn, but they don't do a lot of sheep's wool, so they don't have the washing system there, but they have an ability to wash small quantities of sheep wool, but they everything else they have, and they have the press that you cut out the insoles with, and they also do things for felting. So they have 2 different felting tables. They have a wet one that felt pads with wet water, and they have the needle felting as well. And I think when we decided we weren't going to do felt pads, but the Belfast Mini Mill store, when that was open, they did felt pads. Yeah. And I can remember Linda telling me that the best felt pads are made when you use both machines.
Yes, absolutely.
You were there then when they were making them, right? So do you do the wet felt first?
No.
And then, okay.
So it comes off the big drum on the carder.
Right.
So you can make either roving or batting on the carders.
Right.
So you make batting, and then Hazel usually did it.
Yeah.
She weighs it out according to what she's making.
Right.
And she puts it through the needle felter several times first just to secure everything.
And
you can actually see it get felted. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And from there, it goes to the wet felting table.
Okay. And that kind of smooths it out. So anyway, they have that whole setup. So if you want to move to Cape Breton and you want to start a mini mill, then check out the Opulent Alpaca, and you can just Google Opulent Alpaca, and it's in Inverness, Nova Scotia, and you can see what the deal is there. Okay, so I think we can talk about the shop update now. So where do we want to start?
Let's start from the first.
Okay, so the big news. Okay. The big news is we have a batch of bunny. So we were hedging our bets when Betsy was going on her holiday, because we were like, okay, what if we can't keep up? So Betsy stockpiled some stuff for us so that we could have some things to show if we completely messed it up while she was gone. Anyway, we didn't mess it up, but she's going to be back soon. Yes. So we had Bunny, we had Iona Bunny, I had fiber, so we made a batch of Iona Bunny, and Betsy dyed it before she left. Yes. So here is the batch. So just a little piece of hay there. We have 5 colors, and we just went with the popular colors that we know that most of you love. Yeah. So we have Mermaid's Tail. Is one of the colors, and we have to tell you that the colors look a little bit different, a little bit more muted on these skeins, because the Iona Bunny batch that we made was slightly gray. Yes. So the colors are a little bit more muted. So we have Mermaid's Tail, and we have this is Take the Ferry, and this is Lady Slipper. So you can see where we're going there. Okay, Lady Slipper. The ever popular amethyst brooch, and we used it's spruce. Yes. Yeah. So, but the color looks just slightly different because, like I said, the grape. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's really nice. So, as always, limited quantities of these, and the weight, if somebody hasn't had it, it is 15% Angora from our rabbits here. Hand brushed, or not brushed, I should say, combed. So hand combed by me. And I had, so it's 15% Angora, and the yardage is 250 yards for 75 grams. So it's kind of like a sport weight, or close to a fingering. Yeah. Anyway, very soft. And you can tell it's drapier than 100% wool for sure. So we have that small batch. So... well, that's there, and you should probably see clicking to shop on the bottom. And then we have an unexpected color, which is one of these happy mistakes. So I mixed up a recipe because I didn't read it properly, and I knew while I was making a batch of yarn, I was thinking, wow, this color must be magic, because I can't see how this color is going to turn out to what I thought it was going to be. But I made this, I'm a big lover of red, but I made this red, which is, it's the perfect red for me. Yeah. So it's kind of serendipity. And I think we're going to call it Riding Hood. I think it works. Yeah. Yeah. It's a perfect middle red. So the balance of blue and or the orangey red and yellow, like orangey red, it's exactly right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like it enough that I think I'm going to make it as a color. So you'll be able to order that. This one is on ARNE. So I do have some skeins on ARNE.
Come here.
Okay. All right, she's just gonna lay there then. That's fine.
No supervise.
Yeah, but we'll do it on Selkirk worsted as well if somebody wants it. So it's going to be called Riding Hood. So you can check that out. All right, and then you've been working on a social media project. Yes. Okay, so go ahead, Simone.
All right, so we are frequently asked, "What can I make?" People will come into the shop and they like to enjoy touching things and, you know, comparing colors, putting colors together, but a lot of times they're kind of at a loss of what to make because they showed up and, you know, it was kind of a on the whim thing.
Yeah.
They didn't have a plan, so we like to help people pick things.
Yeah.
We have a really great selection of books as well, so I've been kind of pulling from a lot of those. I didn't realize how many we had until we started going through and putting the ISBN numbers in.
Yes.
This was a little project that we had to do a couple months back where we were just filling in more information on the website.
Right.
So it meant that we had to haul out all of these books and record them individually.
I have a lot of books.
Yeah. So it also kind of gave us a chance to leaf through things that we wouldn't ordinarily have, you know, been drawn to.
Right.
So I'm pulling from my favorite things that I've found so far.
Right.
So the first one that I shared was the classic saltwater mittens. That's a great one for summer projects because it's small, it's portable, and it's just fun, you know, and it's a practical item. And that's another thing that people often want, right? Is practical items. So we were just kind of finding different projects that would be perfect for travel knitting. And this definitely ticks all those boxes. The next one was Varku, and it's in stripes. And it calls for lichen and lace. Yeah. But the specs for lichen and lace and the specs for Kid Silk Haze are pretty much bang on. So I picked a kind of selection in the social media post of different colors that I really liked in the felted tweed. And then I also threw in some felted tweed color because I can't help myself.
Yeah. I do love that. It's a gradual changing yarn.
Yeah. And it looks especially nice in this project, in my mind anyway, because I haven't knit it yet. Yeah. Because it's a slow gradient, and this is a large, generous, beautiful, squishy brioche shawl. Right. So the main color I would pick as a solid, and then for the kind of fading through the background color in the brioche, the color change. Yes, would be striking. Yeah. So it's one of those projects where, you know, it looks more complicated than it actually is. Right.
And I feel, I'm a big fan of Lina books for sure. Like they do a great job. This one, Stripes, is, who's Ibira Beccamelli?
I can't say her last name.
I don't know.
That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, okay. So these are patterns that were done by her, which she's a fabulous designer. But I have to say the styling of the projects in the book make them look a little bit dowdy, I think. Like they just let the shawl hang and stuff. But if you can use your imagination a little bit, like which is what your superpower is, to see the colors like with that brioche and because it's kind of like peeking through the main color of the shawl, it's gorgeous. Yeah. So anyway, we've showed a picture by now. So.
I keep looking at it and wanting to knit it, so it might be in the future.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I have to finish my project first.
Yeah. And I want to make a note here. Is that when we recommend things for projects and show the yarn, it doesn't mean that we've knit them all.
Yes.
So
yeah, because we had a request through, I think it was Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to see a project that we recommended in that particular color.
Yeah.
And we haven't knit it. It was knit up in the book in a different color. Yeah. So sometimes you just kind of have to use your imagination a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
The next up on the list was the Mudra Fingerless Mitts in Warm Hands, which is a book by Kate Davies Designs. Right. And we recommended Point Prim sock in the caramel apple colorway because the fingerless mittens in this book were done in green, and that green in the caramel apple is just so fun. It's the perfect little pop. So if you're not comfortable wearing a full-on sweater or something like that, you can add these fun little colors as accessories. And again, a perfect travel project because it's small and it's easy to tote with you. Santini was the next one, and that is a Martin story. I find myself really drawn to Martin's story. It's
even
so
when you
funny.
don't know it's Martin's story, you like the design, and then you go, oh, Martin's story.
I catch myself so often, and you'll probably see, there is a little bit of a theme. So this is the lace shawl that we had just mentioned about the color. It's knit in creative linen in the book, and it is, I think it's done in a cream color. But we recommended the pink.
The raspberry.
Because again, it's the perfect kind of pop. It's all one color. It's a very simple lace, so it's easy to memorize. And you can just add that quick pop of color, and it's more perfect travel knitting. It's not gonna, drain your brain too much.
And creative linen, that's a really nice linen yarn, and the people that have knit with it, I haven't knit personally with it, but they tell me that it's kind of like the Rowan cottons that I talk about all the time, is that cotton can be hard on your hands, but the Summer Light cottons are not. They're very, very nice. And I think it's the same with the creative linen. It's a linen yarn, but however they manufacture it, has a softness to it. And
I think it's because it is a linen and cotton blend. So it kind of, and I don't know if they beat the linen a little bit first.
I don't know. That's part of the processing of linen. But even I just had a customer 2 days ago that said she was from Texas, so she wanted something that was cool, and she goes, she said, even in the skein, she said, that feels like a very nice linen. So because it can be a little bit harsh until you wear it, but I'm pretty sure that the Rowan. Well, and I think you're right, because their cottons are so soft that that's probably part of it as well. So
you get the best of both worlds.
Yes, exactly.
Next one was Drizzle, and this was from the 4 Projects booklet, Tweed Haze. Anybody that has been to our shop, you'll see that we do have quite a few of these little booklets, and they're really, really good value for the money. They're between $7 and $7.50 per book. There's 4 projects in it, and they usually pick a theme of some sort. And this one was Tweed Haze. It's a really generous cowl, and it's knit in 4 different colors of the Tweed Haze. So not the fine Tweed Haze, but the Tweed Haze. This is a little thicker and fluffier. It's got alpaca in it, I believe. So it would make a very, very soft cowl. And again, a pattern that is simple to knit, easy to remember, perfect for traveling. Next up is a personal favorite of mine. This was not a selfish pick at all. This is from Refraction by Lisa Richardson from... Kim will have to correct if I'm wrong.
Okay, I
think it is Lisa Richardson from the Kids Okays Accessories book. And I really love just about every project in this book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk on through here.
Yeah.
Hey, lay down.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So this is a really fun project that uses the slip stitch technique. So it's a wrap. It's done in several different colors of Kids Okays, but you only ever use one color per row. So you get to use slip stitch. And it makes it look really intricate and, like a quite complicated pattern, but pretty simple to keep track of.
So I'll take your word for it. Because it does look complicated. But the color effect is really excellent.
I've done a lot of playing with slip stitch and mosaic, and it's a really fun technique. I think that anybody that's curious about color work but kind of scared, this would be the perfect kind of technique to get into, because it kind of gets you over that fear. You don't have to worry about managing floats or anything like that. So
it's really cool.
The next one was Smock, and I think that was a Martin story as well, from Softly Tailored. And this is featuring the pure alpaca. It was knit in the beautiful kind of golden yellow, but one of the ones that I suggested was kind of it was a plum color. I think it actually is called plum.
In pure alpaca.
Yeah. Because I know yellow isn't everybody's cup of tea. It sure is mine. Yeah. But
the pure alpaca has a lot of really great colors too.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of luscious jewel tones.
Yes.
And it's very soft.
Yes. Very.
So this is a simple cardigan, a little bit of detail at the cuffs, and easy stockinette.
Right.
You can take that in your bag with you for summer travels, or if you're just a summer knitter that wants something a little bit more, simple and easy on your brain, these are all great projects for that too. Next up was Mojave. It's a sleeveless top, and this one is a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. It's a sleeveless top with buttons down the side, and it features kind of an intarsia swirl or wave down the front, I guess.
Right.
So this would be perfect for somebody that's interested in intarsia, but doesn't want to go like really geometric, like those 80s sweaters, things like that. So dip your toe in the water, get you comfortable without being too intricate. And that is in Summer Light Decay. It's from the Rain Shadow book. And last up is the Riley Wrap. And that is in the It's a Wrap book by Martin Story.
Yeah. So this is an old book, older, that we brought in almost when we first started opening, or when we first opened. And it's a great book that we forgot about.
Yeah. And I think it's just because it's a little tiny sliver of a book. So it tends to get lost on the bookshelf.
Right.
But don't let the size of it fool you, because there's some really beautiful patterns.
There's 9 patterns in here.
Yeah. And I would knit pretty well every one of these as well.
Yeah.
So the Riley Wrap is here. And we're going to talk a little bit about this today. Because it's one of those pieces where it's a simpler knit. You use slip stitch techniques, so you never have to carry your floats. And you can make it as classic or as wild as you want to. We did a poll on Instagram yesterday, whether you would knit this in wild colors or kind of muted and classic, and the wild colors definitely won out.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to show you some wild colors and some classic.
Yes.
Right.
So do you want to start?
Well, you start, because this is your project.
So this is Candy Girl.
Yeah.
And Wicked,
which is black. So black and fuchsia.
Yeah. So if you're going for the real wow effect, I can't say enough about this. It just makes me happy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. The one that we featured in the photo was Turkish Plum and Jelly.
Yeah.
So again, you get that pop of color. This one is a little bit more muted. So if you're not super comfortable with really bright colors, this might be kind of a fun one for you to choose. Yeah. And
the truth is that you could use any of these combination. I like the pink and the navy too. Yeah. So anyway, Kid Silk Haze has 83 colors.
Yeah. So tons and tons to choose from.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Kid Silk Haze color.
Yeah.
So if you want something more muted, low contrast, this would be a nice option. So you get a little bit of variation with the color.
Yeah.
And then you pair it up with
something
close.
Yeah.
So that would be a nice option too. With this project, it's 2 strands held together. So you could potentially use 4 different colors. So if you wanted to, you could choose the Turkish Plum and Wicked as one couple. That you hold together all the time, and then Jelly and Eve Green.
Yes.
Yeah. Those would be really nice.
Yeah.
So then you get the
2
most
close colors, and then but the strands that are similar together.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you get a whole new effect of that.
Yeah.
Or you can hold these 2 together and do something else wild.
Yeah.
So your options are really only limited by your by your imagination.
Right. So just a note on the Kid Silk Haze color. It's a 50-gram ball. It is exactly the same weight. It's the same yarn as Kid Silk Haze, but it has a very gentle gradation in the color from dark to light. And there's just a small selection of those colors, and but it is a 50-gram ball, so it's a double size of the ball. Because when you look at it, you're going to say, well, you can see, you can see, but also it's reflected in the price, so it's so it's there. Okay, excellent. So that's been a lot of work. So if you haven't, if you're not checking out our socials, then Simone's been busy every day. And all of those have been posted with a little story, so you can check that out on Instagram or Facebook. So,
and I also want to say that I try my best to tag the items in the photos as well, just for your ease. So if you decide that this is a project that you want to pursue, you just click on the photo and the tag, and it will take you to our website.
Yeah, great. Okay, so I think we've given people a lot of different ideas.
Yeah,
I put pictures of all of that on as we were talking, so that's great. Okay, so now it's time to talk about Rowan Festive in July. So this has been like a super popular event now for the last 3 years, I guess. And this year, ARNE and Carlos are the designers that are being featured. The last 2 years, it was Martin Story. And I think if you go on the Rowan website, you can still see the knit along. So there was Snowflower last year, which was this beautiful wrap. And the year before that, it was a blanket and a pillow. I think like you could do the design. And this year, ARNE and Carlos have designed a lot of Nordic motif pillows that you could use. And you can also make a blanket out of it. So that's getting started. The yarn recommended is the Norwegian wool. So we've stocked up on the Norwegian wool. But as luck would have it, the Norwegian wool, when it came out, we looked at it and it's exactly the same specs as Selkirk worsted. So the color palette in the Norwegian wool is a little bit limited, but they have some slightly different colors than we have as well. And I have actually recommended that people, if there's a color in the Norwegian wool, but they're buying Selkirk worsted and they like that color better, I mix and match that for people and projects readily. It's exactly the same. So I think the yardage is it's only in a 50-gram ball, so the yardage is less than Selkirk worsted. It's not a full 200. I think it's 130 something. I don't know. I'm not sure, or maybe a little. I think it's 130 something. Anyway, I put it down here. So you just need to be aware of that it is not quite the same yardage as Selkirk worsted, but the specs of the wool are exactly the same. Yeah. So anyway, as I've talked, I've been showing some pictures from the Festive in July project, and you sign up for that on the Rowan website. And the knit along, the patterns for the knit along is free. So,
but you do have to sign up in order to get the free patterns.
Yes, exactly. They it goes on it's in a sequence that the patterns are released. So that's something to check out. So now we're going to talk about projects. And we always start this section with what we're wearing. I had really good intentions today.
You almost wore it.
I had it on.
I
know. So today here it's a little bit windy and a little bit cooler. So I thought, perfect. I'll be able to wear. I'm going to put on the birds of a feather shawl that I made, which is a project by Andrea Mowry, and it's just so big that I tried to style it a couple different ways, and by the time I got the whole thing wrapped around my neck, it wasn't cool anymore.
No, that Kid Silk Haze is warm, and then pair that with the cashmere, the cashmere, that's warm.
And the shawl is as light as a feather.
Yes,
there's just so much of it.
Yeah.
So I had it all gathered up, and I said, well, this actually looks ridiculous. because it's in the middle of July, and I've got that, and I didn't think I was going to make it through the podcast.
You melt.
Yes, melting. So and then all you would need is a hot flash on top of that, and then that would be my glasses would steam up. So anyway, so now here I am with just a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
So, but you
Yep.
have your knitted t-shirt.
I do.
And it is as cute as a button.
I love it.
I know. Tell us about it.
This is Audrey and Unst by Gudrun Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
the Shetland Trader.
Yeah.
And I knit this a while ago, but being me, I didn't find the right buttons until just recently. And the buttons are a little small. So long story longer, I was at a wrestling event and I brought all my gear and I'm like, I'm going to put on the buttons. I'm going to sew them all on.
Yeah. So Simone is not the wrestler.
No.
It's her daughter.
Yeah.
Who's actually going to the Canada Games.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
very
next month.
exciting. Yes. So that's like the Canadian Olympics.
That's a big deal.
For the Canadian
kids.
Yeah, for Canadian kids. Yeah.
So I decided I was going to sew the buttons on. I got there and I didn't have my scissors.
Oh, okay.
But I may do.
Okay.
Because crafters overcome and adapt.
Yes.
So I went digging around and I found a lighter because you never know when you're going to need a lighter.
Yes.
And this is one of those instances where, yes, you need a lighter. So I use a lighter to snap the threads.
Oh,
because it's just polyester thread. So it's like quick hit with the flame and then you go home and trim it.
wool doesn't burn, thank goodness,
Nope.
if you made a mistake.
And I didn't set off the sprinklers. So
No,
it was all
okay,
good.
excellent. Anyway, they're really, really cute.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
Goes all the way down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, since they are a little bit tiny for this and it's all about the buttons, I found the buttons I liked, so I was going to use them regardless. I had never intended to open this and leave it open like a cardigan. I was always going to wear it closed, so I just sewed it closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the buttons are sewn through.
So you had buttonholes in the thing. You made them as you did the button band, but okay, then you just sewed it closed. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. It's really, really cute.
Yeah.
This was a beautiful project anyway, but when I saw it with it,
sparkle.
I know, it's excellent. Anyway, good job.
So you don't always need the same color buttons.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, it makes it.
Yeah.
And I have to say that pattern is like a super cute, like just that little bit of detail on the top of the chest. It's just fantastic.
And she gives you a lot of options with the pattern as well.
Yeah.
So you can do like 3 buttons and then leave it open. You can have it buttoned all the way down.
Yeah.
You can do kind of like the high-low-ish type hem.
Right.
Oh, we're just getting comfy again.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if he's in the picture or she's in the picture or not. But anyway,
I'm fairly certain your butt is.
Yeah.
So you can do like little ribbed edging, or you can do I-cord. So she really lets you choose your own adventure.
Talks about all of those. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's all included in the pattern. Highly recommended.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So you're on a Gudrun Johnson little bit of a kick. Okay. Because we're going to talk about it again.
Yes. So my first project is Sea Faerdy. I'm not going to haul it all the way out because it's underneath M.
Cat flying on it.
So I have made some progress and I have divided for the sleeve. So this is my little steep hole here. I'm starting to decrease. So we'll turn it this way. There we go. Logistics. So I am making good progress.
And again, this is done in Rowan Felted Tweed, and the colors are all down in the description of the video if you want to look at it. So
this is pretty close to the original colors that she used, but you can really let your imagination go wild with this. She also gives you a link in the pattern for a video on her YouTube channel where she talks about how to choose the colors.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's really helpful if you're a person that, you're good at choosing 2 or 3 colors, but get stuck further along. That's a great option to view and kind of resource to have in your toolkit.
Cool. Yeah. Nice.
So making progress.
Yeah.
And this is covered in sparkle too.
Yeah.
There's sparkle everywhere.
Using spinning sparkle. Okay. And then the Lunenburg Cardigan. Yeah. So just pull that. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay.
She's really not giving this up.
My cat loves Simone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's my buddy. So the Lunenburg Cardi has grown.
So nice.
I finished the body with the exception of the ribbing. So this is, before I get too far ahead of myself, the Lunenburg sweater by Savory Knitting, which I'm converting into a cardigan.
Right.
And I mentioned in the last, I think it was the last podcast episode, that I added a stitch to the yoke pattern.
Yes.
And somebody had a question about it, so I will bring that up now. It's just one stitch. It's not one stitch per repeat. It's at the very end. So the very last repeat, I added one stitch on the left-hand side just to make the motif perfectly symmetrical. So it's just one.
Oh, so now I don't understand.
So you knit the chart as written.
Okay.
And then at the very end, I added one column of stitches to make it
one column.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't one stitch per
Repeat of the pattern.
It was just one stitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to be clear, it's just one stitch.
So if you've got 180 stitches around,
it'll be 181
to make it so it's perfect. Yeah. So okay, that's really attention to detail.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. But it does make a difference. Though.
It does.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
okay.
I've got my little steek stitches here. I continued on with. I did little pearl bumps, just so that I've got a nice clean spot to go with my scissors whenever I cut. And then the hem is done in the birch colorway. I'm probably going to do about 2 inches. So, and then I'll start on the sleeves.
Yeah. Nice.
And I'm looking forward to snip and trying it on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gorgeous. And then we talked a little bit about, I said in the last episode that there was a Lunenburg cardigan in, by hand, I think is the name of the book, in the Nova Scotia edition. And I was right.
Okay.
There is a Lunenburg cardigan.
Yeah.
It's not this one.
Okay.
So this is the Lunenburg pullover.
Yes.
And this is done by Savory Knitting, as you said. And there is a pattern called Lunenburg Cardigan in that by hand book, but it's by a different designer. And I can't, the name escapes me right now, so I probably put it underneath. So they have nothing to do with each other.
No. And to be clear, this pattern is written as a pullover. There are no patterns for a cardigan version of it. This is just my little modifications.
Right.
So almost finished the body. Then it'll be time for the sleeves.
Yeah.
This has been my shop knitting project because all of that stockinette.
Yes. So when customers just want to browse around, then Simone is knitting on this. So excellent. And you have a hand spun skein for Tour de Fleece.
I do.
It's beautiful.
Yes, I'm very happy with this.
That is absolutely gorgeous, and just your color scheme.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still a little bit damp.
Oh, okay.
But this is my only skein so far for Tour de Fleece. Saying to Kim this morning that Tour de Fleece always seems to happen during our busiest time.
Yeah.
So my goal for Tour de Fleece most years is just 5 minutes a day of spinning.
Right.
It's a little tiny bite-sized amount, but as you can see, it does add up. And I have some beautiful yarn at the end. So
you say to yourself that you're going to spin for 5 minutes, and do you just spin for 5 minutes, or does it often just go into? But sometimes it's just the 5. I'm going to have to do that.
Just 5 minutes, and then it's like, oh, tick that box. I did my spin, and it helps that I have a friend or two that are cheering me on as well. They're sharing their photos of their progress spins, and it's great fun. Okay.
So
go Team Stash Dashers.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so that's beautiful.
This is Shades of You, and it is, let me think, it's Llama, Touch the Silk, and Polworth.
Oh,
so it's a very squishy and silky blend. Well, you can see there's good drape in this.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a 2-ply fractal because I just love them.
Yeah.
They make me happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not the skein you were working on the last time you were here, right? Is it?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
It's always.
I think you saw the kind of like goldy copper colors.
Yeah.
And it's going to change a little bit because it's still wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of this beautiful kind of like brick.
Yeah,
color.
kind of like the nut color
Yes.
that was discontinued from the summer
Rowan.
light decay. Yeah. But yeah, we love that color.
But yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I really enjoyed the spin, and
that sounds like a nice handle.
Yes,
the yarn would have had a nice handle too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now you've started another new sewing project, but we're gonna have to roost Miss M there.
Scooter out from underneath it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think so.
I know.
They are.
Okay. There we go.
She's actually being, I don't want to say anything.
I know.
She's actually being pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't say it too loud.
No, I won't say it too loud.
So this is kind of a precursor to a project that I eventually want to do.
Okay.
Longish time viewers may recall an episode where I talked about the Bilbo vest.
Yes.
Which is an all over patchwork quilted vest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal project, but I'm doing little workups. So this is the Songbird skirt by Sew Liberated that I'm sewing for right now. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a boho tiered skirt with pockets, because if I'm sewing, I'm going to put pockets in it.
Right. Okay. So I just want to, so the Bilbo vest is little tiny squares.
Yes.
You have all the squares cut out. And are they basted together or not even?
No,
you just have a little box. Okay, so ready to go when you're ready. Yeah. Okay.
The part that was kind of holding me back the most was how to place the color and the patterns, because I need practice with that. Okay. So this skirt is practice. So I picked out kind of an assortment of fabrics and colors that I loved from my little stash. And I just started piecing things together. Mm-hmm. So this is the bottom of one piece of the skirt. And I'll just show you a portion of it. So of course it's really nice. A tumnel. Yeah. And I had to use my owls. Yes. So gorgeous. I had these owls in my stash and I wanted to use it for something special. Yeah. So I included them in here. And then there's, oranges and batiks. And I know some people don't like batiks, but I love them. Yeah. Feathers. I'm not a fan of batiks, but I have seen a couple that you've shown that I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there's certain ones I don't like. Yeah. Because it's really just the method, right? Yeah. 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 So I'm just having fun with it, and this is piecing nice, it together. Paisley. I love paisley. Yeah. So because this is going to be a garment that's going to be worn, and I don't have a serger, what I'm doing, I'll show the back. I'll probably have to take a picture of it, but I'm zigzagging every seam. And, everything gets top stitched in place. Wow. Okay, this is a lot of work. There's nothing going anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. So how does this go? I'm not quite finished. This is the bottom tier. Okay. So it's going to be sewn into a tube and then ruffled. Oh, okay. Yeah, so kind of bunched together, and the next tier will be attached to it. The one up. Okay. Yeah. And how many tiers do you have to do? Just three. Yeah. Okay. So the top one is fairly flat and it's got the pockets. Yeah. And then there's 2 tiers below it. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. So these different ones that have the background that's kind of modeled, is that the batik ones? Yeah. Okay. So it's not at all what I think of when you say batik. I think of navy, like swatches, like the little fish right there. Is that what you think of whenever you think batiks? No, more like almost like tie-dye, but without the nice pattern on top. Which is what this has. Is the background is has variation, but the pattern on the top is more distinctive than what I was thinking. Yeah, it's basically just wax resist. Yes. Okay. And I might have a course on that for the future, because why dive down a rabbit hole if you're not going to go all the way? Yeah, exactly. And you go right back to the origins of the fiber or the fabric. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm playing. I'm having fun. I'm choosing all my favorite colors, and there's even a piece of the bunny bag right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you have a little fluffy bunny bum.
Yeah. Really nice. And your sewing is really good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting a little bit more proficient.
And you don't have a fancy sewing machine. You're using like
a Singer Prelude.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Yeah.
A good iron goes a long way.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that is true.
Yeah. And the only reason I haven't finished this yet is I don't have a dedicated sewing area. So it means I need to take over the kitchen. Yeah. And when I told my husband that, I was going to do some sewing, he's like, yeah, no problem. And I said, I'm going to take over the kitchen. He didn't realize how much space it actually takes because I have my cutting mat and a spot for ironing and then sewing. So it's like I blew up the kitchen.
So I think the thing about when you say you're going to sew, the sewing machine is the thing that comes to mind. But actually, as long as your sewing machine is in good working order, that's, if you're a good sewist, that's kind of the basic. You only need a basic.
Yeah.
But the other things that make all the difference is a good pair of scissors.
Yes.
And a good iron, like doing the
good
iron. Yeah.
Or a sharp rotary blade.
Yes.
Yeah. Or sharp sewing needles.
Yes.
I learned that lesson the hard way. I started breaking thread and I'm like, what is going on? And Melissa's like, when did you change your needle last?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, I've knitted months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably do that.
Yeah. So those are kind of like the little insider things that you don't really think about because it's not the main event.
Yeah.
But that makes the difference between, it's like when we talk about blocking, good blocking is
it really makes everything shine.
Yes, exactly. That last 5%.
Yeah.
And it makes all the difference between something that's good and well done to something that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I have the Newell's blocking wires coming back in stock too. Good. So for people that are waiting for them. Yeah. So excellent.
Lots of sewing.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's fun.
My grandmother would be proud. It's excellent. Yeah. So
that's what I've been up to.
Yeah. So you've made some really good projects now.
With the sewing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally addicted to making bags.
Yes.
And you need a bag for everything.
Yes. So and you've made your purse that you use, and it's
the bag that Em's laying on.
Yes.
And the other bag.
Yeah. You've done a lot with that. Great. Okay, so now it's time for my projects.
Yes.
We'll try not to laugh. So literally in 2 weeks, I have not picked up a crochet hook or a knitting needle until this morning for 5 minutes. So Ken has, it's always funny because he gets yarn that is like in my stash or the stash that like random balls that we have in the shop that because we got samples somewhere or whatever. And he just knits. Yeah. So he just sometimes he does little designs and sometimes he doesn't, and what he never knows what it's going to be. It's a strip of fabric. Yeah. So this morning I was drinking my coffee. I said, "Give me that." So this is what he's knitting, and he's really slow. Not because he's such a slow knitter, but he knits so tight that he can barely move the stitches. So it actually takes him time. So I said to him, I said, do you mind if I knit a few? Because I actually am missing knitting, but I'm at a place in my projects where I have to pay attention. And I'm just too busy. I don't have the bandwidth when I go home. Yeah. Yes, I could start one of those. So this is knitting. And I did 6 rows of this morning. I'm so proud of myself.
But you've had a busy couple of weeks too.
Yeah, I have. Anyway, but he's doing little things on here that I think is
little seed stitch.
Yes, he's done seed stitch, and then he did a little. He changed from knitting every row to purling every row.
Yep.
He's having fun. It's so he's got he created a little bit of stocking net in between when he did that, so that he thinks he made it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So and then he just knits these tubes and then sews them together,
and then he's cowls for the winter.
Cowls for the winter, so it's all good.
It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, he's having fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's got his needles, and so then I was worried I have to knit tight when I do it because I don't want to ruin his tension on his project. So anyway, it was felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe it's time.
Maybe I just do something really. Maybe I just knit a tube.
Yeah.
Just to knit.
Get yourself a cowl.
Yeah.
That you can wear out in the barn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so that's it. So I'm still working on the homage. I have the two big blocks left to do, and then I need to start piecing it. But honestly, this week or the last 2 weeks wasn't the time to start it. So I had to pick the most difficult part of the last 2 blocks is choosing the colors for it.
Yes,
because there's a big variety of colors, and in order to I'm not just so you don't think I'm a complete loser, I actually have to build the blanket again and see what the colors are that I need to do in the last 2 blocks, because these are kind of like the foundation.
Yeah, because it's the big corner pieces.
Exactly. Yeah. So I did that before I started the first 2, and now I have to do it again now that the first 2 are done to see what colors that I need to do. So it's not just picking up a ball of yarn and the crochet hook. I have to actually do a little bit of planning, and it just takes a while to actually lay everything.
And then you have help.
Yes, it takes over the kitchen, like you said. It takes over the kitchen too. So anyway, so I'm I still love it. I this morning I was laughing at myself because I said, okay, now you're desperate. Like you're gonna do that, but it's really. I don't know. It's if you guys know that that's part of your life. Yeah. When you're crafters and that you want to do, and you can say, oh God, I am so busy doing crafting, but it's part of who you are. Yeah. And when you're not doing it, it feels like there's something missing. Yeah. So
if I don't get a little bit of crafting time, I get a little grumpy.
Yeah. So it's like reading. If you're a reader too, you have to read. You have to read.
And that's another thing too. It's like I read every night before I go to bed.
Yes.
Every night.
Yeah. I started a while ago. I started turning my phone off at night and then making sure, because I was scrolling right before you try to go to sleep. You can't sleep. So. And not just because of what you're looking at, but because the light. So now I shut that off. And even if you read a couple pages, it kind of resets your body rhythms, I guess, or whatever. So.
I treated myself to some nice tea recently, and that's what I do in the evenings. I have a nice cup of tea and I read. Because that was something that I was missing, was the cup of tea. Yeah. Even though it's warm out. Yeah. I still like having tea at night.
And are you using leaves and brewing the?
No, right now I have bags.
Okay.
Because I just got this nice like Tulsi tea.
Oh, okay.
And Kirby makes fun of me. He's like, it smells like you're drinking basil tea, and I'm like, well. It kind of is.
Oh, okay.
They call it holy basil. So
it's
just
nice.
It's a really nice flavor that it could be almost savory.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice. So, okay. Sounds like it would be good for your digestion or something.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So those little rituals are kind of set yourself up for success, for a good night's sleep. Yeah.
And we all need help in that department, I'm sure.
I know.
I'm a horrible insomniac.
Are you?
Yes. Awful.
And I have had a few nights where I haven't slept very well, and now that I stopped doing that, like scrolling, and the tea is actually a good thing too. Yeah. So life is so much better when you have a good night's sleep.
Yes. Because I find like right around the full moon that even though I have curtains on my windows, my body still knows, and it is awake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just because of the light. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's true that when the moon rises, it comes right in our bedroom window. Yeah. And you can definitely, we had to put blinds on the window because nobody can see us where we are. So we don't necessarily need blinds for privacy, but we had to put blinds up because it was keeping us awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she doesn't have that problem.
No. Emma's sound asleep if you can't see her. Anyway, good. At least she's not messing around with our
She's not going up to the kids okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then the final little thing that we're going to talk about is the PEI Fiber Festival, which is happening October 23rd to the 25th in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. And I've been doing these little features of some of the things that you can sign up for. And I don't think we talked about yet that the Cabin Boys are coming. So a lot of you know who the Cabin Boys are. So that's really cool that they're coming to the Fiber Festival this time. They were here in the Fiona Festival and got stuck here and unfortunately they were staying at an Airbnb, but the cottage that they were staying in, the owners of the cottage didn't feel that it was safe enough for them to be there. Oh, okay. So we had to get them in at the Delta because they stayed there.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're coming back. And they're doing a presentation, so that they'll have a booth, but they're also doing a presentation on indigenous and European natural dyeing in Canada. So it's kind of like a history lesson about natural dyeing in Canada. So it's a lecture, so you can, and it's about an hour long, so you can sign up for that as part of the Fiber Festival as well. So it sounds really cool, guys. And I don't think that they use any. I think that they use all natural dyes for their yarns. Yeah, and they get a big range of colors. Yeah. So they have a lot of really good knowledge about that, because it's not that easy to get
the full range of colors.
The full range of colors.
No.
Yeah. So and they have some pretty bright ones too.
They do.
So so that's they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the history of that and as part of the Fiber Festival. So that could be a thing that you might really be interested in if you're a dyer, or even if you're not. Because it is kind of a bit of alchemy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think that's it. So I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of a shorter one. But I say that every time, but it never is by the time you get everything in it. And I actually do not know what the Harmony part is, because there's a couple things that we can choose from this week. So with that, we'll just say goodbye, and hope you have joy in your crafting for the next 2 weeks until we see each other again, and enjoy a few minutes of peace and relaxation with the Harmony part. Bye.